Hello everyone. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be talking Jets, okay? We got quite a bit to talk about. A lot of things moving and shaking, a lot of things going on. Call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Jordan Whitehead restructuring his contract, okay? We're also going to talk about Jets OTAs. Robert Saleh also sat down and had a press conference during the OTA, right? We're going to be discussing that. There were some interesting tidbits that came from that, and we're going to have the discussion about it. So first, we're going to start off with Jordan Whitehead, okay? Jordan Whitehead, Jet safety, just restructured his contract. Now, he converted non-guaranteed base salary into a signing bonus, dropping his cap charge from $10.2 million to $4.9 million, okay? They also added 4 voidable years, right, which means that a $3.3 million hit will come next year when they void the contract, okay? Now, I'm no capologist. A lot of people like to play contract capologists, but clearly this is a good move for the New York Jets, right? They save some cap, they save some cash. The New York Jets now have over $24 million in cap, which is big, right? Because there's a lot of things that's going on, a lot of rumors swirling. This is a good deal for the Jets. Of course, I love Jordan Whitehead. I'm excited for him this upcoming season, excited to see what he does. But this sets the New York Jets up in good position. You know, with solid cap space, there's still a lot of guys out there that they can end up targeting. Quan Alexander being one of them, bringing him back, getting him back into the fold as a linebacker here at the New York Jets. That would be big for us. There's a lot of talk surrounding Hopkins as well. I'm not saying, that we gonna get it done. I'm just saying that there's a lot of talk surrounding him, swirling where he'll go. To this point that I'm filming this video, he has not signed with anyone. It could happen in the next couple seconds, I don't know. But to this point, he's not with anyone yet. He hasn't signed with anyone. So there's a lot of talk about him, being out there and maybe possibly being a target of the New York Jets, right? So the Jets have now $24 million cap space, and we also are still looking at getting a deal done with Quentin Williams, which there's rumors swirling that could come at some point, right? So it's exciting to see this. Salutes to Joe Douglas getting this done, and salutes to Jordan Whitehead as well. I really like what he, has brought to the table for the Jets. So now we're going to discuss Robert Saleh. Coach Saleh sat down with the media during OTAs, had a press conference. We're also going to be talking about Obridge as well, our defensive coordinator. He said some things that were very interesting too. Now, the media immediately started talking to him about Aaron Rodgers, okay? Aaron Rodgers has been dealing with a calf injury. He's been out there, but hasn't been, going crazy, taking a bunch of snaps and nothing like that. They're trying to work on the calf injury. Again, it's not super serious from everything that we're hearing now. They're just, taking it slow and making sure it doesn't get any worse or anything like that. But they asked about Aaron Rodgers' ability within this offense with Saleh and how it looks out there. And basically, he just talked about how Aaron Rodgers, such a great quarterback. Of course, he understands the system, and familiarity with the system with Aaron Rodgers is ridiculous because he helped Nathaniel Hackett build this system, right? So he knows the ins and outs of it. And that's what changes this offense so much for the Jets is because, and he gave a scenario, which is a scenario that I think literally was what was going on with Zach Wilson last season. He said, hey, we come out, it's not like we just call the play, you go out there and run it, and if it doesn't work, just make something happen. Basically, do something. But that's kind of what they asked Zach Wilson to do last year. According to the leaks and rumors, they would tell him, run the play. Mike LaFleur would go, here's the play, go run it. And if it just don't work, just run. Just take off and try to get some yards with your feet, right? Make something happen. Well, with Aaron Rodgers, because he's so knowledgeable and can work things out pre-snap, he can go out there. This is a Hall of Fame guy. He goes out there. He understands what the defense wants to do. He can key on guys and say, "Oh, I know exactly what set you're in. I know exactly what defense you're trying to run. I know exactly what you're trying to do. Let me alter this play because it's not going to work, right? Let me alter this play. Let me audible to a play that I know is going to work, and we're going to crush you. Okay, I'm going to do my work pre-snap, change my protections. All right, snap the ball. Hey, let me go ahead and go throw this 30-yard touchdown." That's exactly what can happen here because Aaron Rodgers has it upstairs and can work so much pre-snap. And he talked about Aaron's ability and the fact that he can recognize things so quickly. And that's what's really going to turn the New York Jets offense around, in my opinion, is the fact that we have a guy that gets it upstairs. Because that's what this offense is all about, getting the ball out of your hands quickly and understanding what the defense is doing, dissecting it, and then taking full advantage of it. So Aaron Rodgers, man, even when they talk about his leadership and the things that he's already doing out there, explaining the offense to people, breaking it down to players that may not understand, the ins and outs, dude, he's stopping things when things aren't going well. He's making sure that players understand where they need to be and what they need to do. He also spoke about DeAndre Hopkins as well with the media. They asked him flat out, "Hey, what's going on with DeAndre Hopkins? You guys interested? You going to bring him in?" And when asked about it, he said, they also brought up Odell Beckham. The Jets did go after Odell Beckham. We didn't get him. He ended up with the Ravens. But he said, yeah, we did discuss things with Odell Beckham. But, as of right now, hey, we love our current wide receiver group. And that's where he left it. Okay? Now, does that mean that the New York Jets won't try to grab DeAndre? I don't think that that's what that means, me personally. Right? I'm not going to close the door on it. But I will say this. There could be some gamesmanship there, right? Where he's just like, we love our current wide receiver group. It is what it is. I'm not, really going to speak on anything else. But if there's a chance that DeAndre could put on that green and white uniform for the right price with the New York Jets, I think they'll make that happen. But, again, they love their wide receiver group. And, again, we've got a phenomenal group here either way, right? Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Mecole Hardman. List goes on and on. Like, we got some solid guys here. So we won't be hurting if DeAndre doesn't become a Jet. But, man, if he does, man, this place is going to be on fire, all right? They also spoke about Breece Hall as well. Breece Hall was talked about. And he said that Breece Hall looks great, rehabbing from the ACL tear. They're not doing too much, going too crazy. They don't want him to try to push things too fast, too hard, too soon, right? Don't want to try to have him come back too soon. But they said, man, he's looking phenomenal. And there was clips of him kind of making cuts and running. Man, Breece looks like nothing happened. It's like nothing happened to him. Like everything's good, bro. Like he's out there kind of moving around, jump cuts, all that stuff. And he don't look like there's anything wrong with him. It's kind of crazy, right? But again, he's a young guy and he's extremely athletic. And, they said, hey, he's coming back and he's coming around. There's also talk about him possibly being available week 1 for the New York Jets this upcoming season. So that's huge. Saleh also said he's already hitting 22 on the GPS. So he's already moving. 22, he's already making his runs and taking care of business. So we'll see what happens going forward with Breece Hall, but all signs point good. You know what I'm saying? They point north. Everything's looking good. The light is green for Breece Hall. So they're going to keep working with him. But it's good news to hear about Breece. He also talked about Dwayne Brown as well. This is a guy that gets a lot of love. Okay, a lot of love from the New York Jets coaching staff. Talked about him playing through a torn rotator cuff and that shoulder injury that kind of hampered him last season. Talked about how he could have, basically folded it up and kept it rolling. He had guaranteed money. Didn't do that. Continued to go out there, and put it on the line. Didn't give up. And, he's always raving about Dwayne Brown's toughness. Not only his mental toughness, but his physical toughness as well. And he also said that Dwayne Brown doesn't believe he's entitled to anything, and he has to earn everything. So a lot of people said that might have been a dig at Mekhi Becton. I don't think it was a dig at Becton. I just think it was something that he was saying that was truthful about Dwayne Brown, right? That's how Dwayne Brown's, mentally built. That's his makeup. So, Dwayne's going to be competing for that left tackle position. He's a guy that is clearly in the running, right, with all the rest of the tackles, mainly Mekhi Becton as well. So we'll see what happens going forward. But Robert Saleh continues to pour the love out for Dwayne Brown. I mean, this is a guy that's talented, that's skilled. So even in his age, he can still go out there and, make things happen. So salute to Dwayne Brown. Garrett Wilson was also spoke about as well. He's been having phenomenal OTAs, putting things together. I mean, he's been going out there and making some freakish catches. This was the same stuff that we heard about last season before the season started about how he was going out there and putting out the work. We saw the tape as well, and he's continuing to do his thing. Robert Saleh called him a juicy route runner. Oh no. Oh no, I would just say he has a lot of juice. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. But he did call him a juicy route runner, and Garrett's really going out there and doing his thing. I'm excited for Garrett Wilson, man. I think he's gonna come out this season and just absolutely destroy people. Okay, he's gonna destroy people, and he's got a quarterback that can get him the football in Aaron Rodgers. They also spoke about Mims as well. Robert Saleh said he has, a chance to really compete and make the roster this year. Spoke about the fact that he has size, length, and speed. Listen, Denzel Mims is a guy that I like a lot, man. I think he has it. I think he has the physical ability. It's the upstairs stuff. And I think that Nathaniel Hackett, could be the right offensive coordinator to finally kind of break out all of the talent and everything that he has in him and really show it out there on the field with him, putting him in the right positions, offensively, and making sure that he's able to go out there and, absolutely destroy people. So we'll see what happens going forward with Mims. If he can get it together upstairs, man, if Hackett can unlock him, this offense is going to be deadly. There was also some talk from Coach Ulbrich as well, our defensive coordinator. He spoke about the defensive line, mainly moving JFM, John Franklin Myers, and Michael Clemens, to the inside from time to time, which was kind of odd to me because John Franklin Myers in the past has struggled when they put him inside. He struggled, with those guards and those centers trying to get off of those guys. But they also talked about Michael Clemens being 290 and that him, possibly being moved inside as well, which was kind of like, whoa. Michael Clemens is a guy that, man, I'm expecting something from him this season as well. Last season, man, you just saw all the ability he had athletically. He was chasing guys down, coming across the line. He was laying hits. Like, this is a guy that really was coming along. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see how they utilize him this upcoming season. They talked about moving him inside from time to time as well, especially with them talking about him being at 290. And that's where Coach Ulbrich wanted him to be. So, man, the Jets are moving and shaking, man. I love it. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. What are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers, in the situation and what he's going to be able to do in this offense? How are you feeling about Garrett Wilson? What are your thoughts about Dwayne Brown and the love that the coaching staff continues to show him? How do you feel about Jordan Whitehead restructuring his contract? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.